It may have. Weekend. No, instead of Me Too, we should do hashtag PTSD hamster.
Let's get into these stories before I start to get a little.
Or you start to get a little
worried about your.
Yeah, you was already ready to start the story as soon as we got there. You still had a picture. All right, so let us discuss Nevest Coleman. So Nevest Coleman spent 23 years in prison.
Shout out to Nevest, 23.
For a crime that he didn't commit. Let me say it again,
I did 24 hours and felt like I was on death row, so he did 23 years.
23 years.
Wow, PTSD you talking about. Whew.
Now, at the time when he went to prison, he was 25 years old. He was a groundskeeper for the White Sox. He had 2 kids, and he was convicted of rape. This was back in '94 of a Chicago woman sentenced to life in prison without a parole. So then there was DNA evidence that found that she was linked, her rape was linked to a serial rapist. So he was freed.
Damn. So, I mean, I got to read more into the story to figure out what type of evidence they had on him.
Well, clearly not enough. Or, I mean, I don't think you needed a lot of evidence back in the 90s to get people put in prison. Hell, everybody was getting paid off prisons. The government, businesses. Anyway, so friends and family contacted the White Sox to help him get his old job back. And ta-da! The White Sox gave him back his job.
Yeah, we definitely got to get the applause button and get those things popping on this. Okay, you're getting beat up by your mic again. Yeah, clap. Because that's amazing that, you know, as I hear this story, when they found out that he was going to be released, his family went to the White Sox and asked him, like, listen, you know, saying, is it possible that he can get his job back? Now, mind you, the stadium is totally different than 23 years ago, so, you know. But what's funny is they put him right back. The first day there, everybody hugged him and everything, and then they gave him a power washer. He had to power wash
the team said it was grateful that justice had been carried out for Nevest, and they were happy to welcome him back to the team as one of the groundskeepers. And you're right, he hugged everybody, but he said he was ready to get back to work because he didn't want to have to depend on people.
Right. Shout out to him, though.
And 2 people he knew were still on the grounds crew.
Ain't that something? That kind of blew my mind. Like, you know, they're still on the ground school 23 years later.
They probably making some good money.
But I'm saying they haven't been promoted to, like, you know.
I mean, they didn't say how they were on the grounds crew. They could be supervisors or something. He just said they were on there. But they said they gave him his new uniform and hat. He put on his yellow rain suit to pressure wash the sidewalk and got to working. Like, listen, I'm out here to handle my business. Thank you and good night. So shout out to you, Nevest Coleman. And, you know, your story definitely is inspiring because you don't seem bitter, even though you might be. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
secretly you might be at home.
I mean, after 23 years, though, I mean, I think at some point in that time, it had to settle in your mind that I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. So I think maybe he was settled in, and then he found out he was going to be released, and then because he already had let it go. So shout out to the family, but also shout out to our justice system for doing another bang-up job.
Are you being sarcastic?
Of course I am.
Alrighty then, because I was about to say they didn't do a bang-up job for him at all.